Hey everyone, it's Deanna from Deanna Scraps, and I am here with layout number 10 for the Use It or Lose It series that I have going on my channel. This is actually the second to the last layout that I have for this series. And basically this series was about using up products that I have in my stash that I really love before I received a pre-order in the mail. And so that's what I'm working on here. And this section right here is going really fast because I actually totally change it up. And I think it's going to slow down here pretty soon. Basically, I had this idea that I wanted to layer up a bunch of paper and even kind of wonky shapes of paper, which is why I was using the scissors instead of trying to get precise cuts. And in the end, I decided that I went completely opposite of doing the wonky papers and all that. I ended up doing like a grid layout. So this layout is all about, I scrapbook with some friends once a month at a place that's about 45 minutes away from my home. And we basically spend the weekend there. We don't spend the night, but we spend the weekend there and just scrapbook. And they have this little tiny TV that usually we just listen to music or we can just kind of listen to the TV. But I believe it's DirecTV, and they had fights on one night, and I am a big UFC or MMA fight fan to the point where I will literally, if I have it even on the smallest TV, I will sit there and watch it, especially if it's fighters that I really like. And this particular night, there were a couple of fighters, especially one. Her name is Paige Van Zant for anybody that knows anything about UFC or UFC fighters. And she happened to be fighting that night. And I was really excited because I got to watch her fight. And so I sat on the chair watching this little tiny TV up on the refrigerator. And it was just so funny. I had to take a picture of it. So that's what I'm scrapbooking about. It's kind of comical because some of my true loves are scrapbooking and MMA fighting. It's just kind of funny. So I'm layering up these pieces now that I've decided to do that more grid type of layout. So I just matted the photo with that black paper or kind of grayish charcoalish paper. And several of the Amy Tan Finders Keepers, it's that paper line, and there was a bunch of cut aparts, and I just picked the ones that I thought had good sayings. And then I have some pieces of paper here that I had cut a little bit wonky. I think I cut it with a scissor. And I'm just pasting those down at the bottom there just to give the bottom a little bit of a border. And for this layout, I'm going to do a pretty big title. There's actually going to be two different sizes, and one part of it's going to be at the top and part of it is going to be underneath the photo. I think I'm taking this apart because I wanted to switch the colors. So I end up doing the darker one on the bottom. And I did this layout quite a while ago, but hopefully I can remember. Here are those Studio Calico wood veneer letters that showed up on several of the layouts that I did during this series. I'm pretty sure that set of letters is ready to go on the trash now. There's not much more I can do with it. I'll probably take one more look, but I think it's pretty much done for. So I'm trying to mimic the little banner that's on the top of that journaling card because I feel like the wood veneer on top of the orange, you can't really see it very well. And that way I can use the wood veneers on top of there to just say UFC. And it looks like here's where I'm going to start to do the letters, and I'm pretty sure I sped it up really quick because I go through and the title ends up saying my love for UFC MMA runs deep. And that's what it says on the top of the layout. And I'm doing those in, let's see if I wrote it down. I'm going to guess it's the Amy Tan Afterglow thickers. I really like that font. And the bottom is in the Pebbles little stickers, and it just says even on the smallest of TVs. So I went through that really fast so you wouldn't have to sit there and watch me put all those letters down. And these two die cuts, I believe both of them are from the Citrus Bliss ephemera pack. And I had some space kind of on top of that photo where there was just a lot of space from the ceiling, so I thought I would just layer that up a little bit. And I'm going to use some black enamel dots just to decorate the page up a little bit. And the layout is almost done. I'm switching around where the enamel dots are. I wanted to do it in 3 different places, and I really wanted it to be near that stack of ephemera, but it just wasn't working for me. And so I grabbed some of these stickers from the Tim Holtz Ideology Small Talk, or the word phrases, and they say, life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. And then that one says, remember to play. And then there's one more that I put on top of the photo, and it's attitude is everything. And I thought that was comical because Paige Van Zandt is just kind of, she's a little firecracker. She's got quite the attitude, but it's really positive and uplifting, kind of spirited attitude. So I thought that worked. So the enamel dots ended up going next to those stickers. So this is the close-up, and there are some still shots at the end. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I will catch you next time.